And when you look at eyebrows, eyebrow height can tell you how long somebody takes to make a decision. And then the three basic eyebrow shapes tell you how do people want to be presented the information. So we learned about this at the Chamber of Commerce, but the higher the eyebrow is, the more it takes someone to time to make a decision. So if you imagine data racing down somebody's forehead to get into their eye, the higher the eyebrow is, the more time they need. And I know what people are thinking, no, that's all genetics. Yes, you're 60% what you inherited from your genetic code, but from the minute you're born, something known as epigenetics comes into play. And that is, how did things from the outside world impact you down to a DNA level? And so our faces are constantly changing. In my presentations and my training, I show a picture of me 20 years apart and how much my own face has changed based on the 43 muscles in the face.
And you can pretty well tell, for example, just looking at somebody, if they're an optimist or pessimist, right?
Absolutely. There are little things like we see it all the time, like when we see somebody whose mouth is downturned, well, it's from frowning a lot.
Yeah.
So when you're talking to somebody like that, well, if they frown a lot, they don't expect things to always work out. So the nice thing is they're pleasantly surprised when they do, but they're not hurt if they don't. Now, somebody whose mouth angles up and they're always smiling, when something works out, well, that was their expectation. When it doesn't, they're distraught. So there is no right or wrong method. It's just how does the person perceive it? And then the other thing that you can look at is eye angles. So when you're looking at somebody's eye, if it angles up, they want to hear about the upside of things. If it angles down, they're worried about the potential downsides. So you can look and figure out, again, like when I was in technology sales, if their eyes angled up, I talked about why we were the best, vendor in the space, what were the features, what were the benefits. If it was angled down, I addressed the downsides that they could be concerned about. And I'd say things like, this isn't the first generation of our product. This is generation blah, blah, blah. This is what we learned from our failures and feedback from our customers.